And so I do in fact believe it would be kind of an insult for me to say, yeah, 100% natural. He could have done this. Well, it's possible, but thinking that he did, is that not taking away from him? Anyone that looks this incredible, that's made this kind of progress, you have to assume they're not natural. Coach Greg in today's video, is this guy actually natural? Well, the world seems to think there's no way that this is actually possible. After all, look at his physique. He's only 20 years of age. That's right, 20, not 30. Clearly, even if he's on steroids, even if he's not natural, he clearly has gifted genetics. Guy looks absolutely amazing, better than 99.9% of the population. 20-year-old natural lifter in unbelievable condition. 20 years old, Natty, and 11 weeks out. And so what are the comments? If he's natural, then I'm 6'4", 220 pounds of pure muscle. Here we go with the natural bullshit when those who know better know the human body isn't capable of that. Just stop it already. It's okay to take steroids. Stop lying to people who don't know any better. You lost me at natural. I can hear those delts screaming, liar. And so in looking at his photos and videos right now, I'm giving him about a 1% chance of him actually being natural. I mean, look at his physique. Anytime you see a physique like this, I don't care if he's 20, I don't care if he's 30. If you see a physique this impressive, most likely they are not natural. But remember, it's possible that he is. And so let's do a proper breakdown. Let's examine his physique when he was younger, examine his genetics, see, did he suddenly put on so much muscle that it's not realistic? Some people, those with the most ridiculous genetics, guys like Chris Bumstead. Perhaps if Chris had never taken steroids, he would have looked even more impressive than this at the age of 20.
So I am 100% natural, and I'm going to stay natural through this prep. Now that's probably going to change in the next couple of years. Look at me, bro. I'm jacked. I think I have good genetics, and I think that I could be one of the best in the world.
And imagine any Mr. Olympia competitor, IFBB pros. These guys without steroids, they have elite level, freakish, amazing genetics. And so if they had not have taken steroids, perhaps they'd be even bigger. And so in this camera angle, remember, this can be photoshopped. He's angled to the side. He's got the best lighting, the filters, the camera angles, the pump, oil, everything. And so it is in fact possible to make yourself look better in a picture video than you actually are in real life. And in standing there doing the side laterals in the white tank, it doesn't look natural. Look at the size of the delts, the shreds on the triceps, the insertions. It doesn't look remotely natural.
Myself, this is the last time. It's you or nothing.
And what exactly does that mean? I'm telling you, it's the last time. The kid's 20. It's probably his first time competing. It's you versus you. It's the last time. You're just getting started. And so Austin Cole, 109,000 followers. And so remember, fewer than 1% of the population has over 100,000 followers. That's a lot of followers. And so what kind of physiques do you think you're going to get shown? The best of the best. The top 1% of the top 1%. So is it not possible that one guy in 100,000 perhaps has a physique like this that's this good while being natural? Well, maybe. Let us examine it. 4 years ago, at only 16 years of age, check out his first post. Look at the muscles on this guy at 16. 16 years old, he clearly has way better genetics than me. Way more muscle, more condition, better physique than I had when I was 16. And did you see how good I looked in my 20s? Have you not looked at my physique when I was in my 20s? Most likely, anyone out there looking at it thinking, Coach Greg, you weren't natural. You've been on steroids since you were a teenager. But it's not true. It was way longer. That took 20 years before I started to use steroids. And so if you have amazing genetics, you can in fact build a physique such as this while being 100% natural. And so you can see the arms, the delts, clearly visible, very good detail. Quads, amazing, full looking chest. He's 16. And so unless he was taking steroids at 15 years of age, to have a physique as impressive as this at 16, you have to have elite level genetics. And so in looking at this in particular back double bicep with the V-shaper, the wide delts like that, it looks like he has freakish genetics that with 4 extra years of training could have resulted in a natural physique the way displayed in 2024. And standing outside on the docks, outside the water, look at the guy. He's flexing. He's not photoshopping this. This is a video. He's out there flexing and he looks incredible. The guy simply has the God-given genetics. You can't debate it with me. The guy looks superb at only 16 years of age. Remember, 16. And look at him a few months later, August 24th. Are you kidding me? Look at the side tricep. And so those famous delts that he has right now that look highly suspicious, highly sus, guy at 20, it looks like, how could he have done this? Well, his delts are clearly blessed even 4 years ago at only 16 years of age. And so what I'm trying to do is, do I think he was on steroids or SARMs 4 years ago? And so what I'm looking for is, does he have gynecomastia? Perhaps acne, backne? Does he have any outward signs of using performance-enhancing drugs outside of the fact that the guy has a lot of muscle and is very lean? And the answer is no. I don't see any negative side effects. Yes, I get it. It is possible to take steroids and not have any of those. But for me, I have to give him the benefit of the doubt.
I'm staying natural. I've never touched a PED. I've never done any of that shit. This is all strength of the mind and strength of the body.
Look at his physique 4 years ago, and if you scroll through as he gets older, look at the physique on this guy doing wide grip pull-ups. I see not a pimple in sight. Remember, this is a video. You can't Photoshop out the pimples from 4 years ago. It simply don't believe that. He has huge boulder-side deltoids, and he's 16 years of age. Just has amazing genetics. And because of that, he's been able to get a following over 100,000 followers. And on December 11, 2020, he has 455 pounds, easily doing some rack pulls. Look at the muscle, the small waist. He does look potentially natural here. He does look significantly improved, but it is possibly natural. Fast forward to January 7, 2021. He looked significantly bigger. I see tremendous amount of muscle put on, and he does appear leaner. And as I zoom in particular on the rear lat spread, I do believe I see some form of acne. I can't be sure. Either it's that or he's been scraping his back doing some training. Now remember, I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. But if I'm a betting man, if I'm going to be perfectly honest, I don't think this is natural. I thought at first glance at 16, the guy looks like he has amazing genetics. But seeing him training 6 months later, this much bigger, it's highly sus. Is it possible that he's natural, that he hasn't taken anything? Yes, it is. It's just highly unlikely. And so I do in fact believe it would be kind of an insult for me to say, yeah, 100% natural. He could have done this. Well, it's possible, but thinking that he did, is that not taking away from him? Anyone that looks this incredible, that's made this kind of progress, you have to assume they're not natural. April 25, 2021, look at the chest fullness, the size of this guy. He does appear to have puffier nipples. Can't be sure it's gynecomastia, but they are a little bit puffy. Perhaps he was taking some SARMs. I don't know. It is, of course, also possible he hasn't taken anything. Or perhaps it's MK677, a growth hormone secretagogue. I don't know. The problem when doing a natty or not is I can't be sure of anything. There is no proof to say that he's not natural. It's just very suspicious, but there's no proof. And June 10, 2021, the guy looks incredible. Remember, that's very good lighting. There's shadowing effects going on. It could be just him with a very good pump. And so oftentimes people take photos and look better than they actually are. June 19, 2021, pool boy. Look at the size of the quads, the calves, the upper body. But remember, he might just have amazing genetics. And he's going through puberty. He could have put on all this muscle, perhaps got some acne just from going through puberty. That is 100% normal. And some form of puffiness of the nipples does not mean guys on steroids. Could be going through puberty, a change in hormones, whatever. And so I can't be so quick to say that this guy's not natural. But if you're a betting man, the smarter bet is he's taking something. Fast forward to February 22nd, 2022. He's doing a thigh abdominal. Both hands behind the head. He doesn't appear to have gyno. When you put both hands above your head, that is the most likely time you are going to see gynecomastia of development. I don't see it on him. And so at this point, I'm going to have to say, I think that photo in the back was a fluke. Where he was doing the rear lat spread, it looked like he had acne. Perhaps he just had scrapes on the back. It looked incredible, but perhaps it's a one-off. In that photo, it looked like he was not natural, but as I'm looking at him now, if he had developed gyno at that time, I don't think he would have been smart enough at 17 years of age to somehow figure this out and completely get rid of this. And so despite the fact that he doesn't look natural, look at this guy. I mean, are you kidding me? It's been 2 years. He's 18 years of age. He doesn't look natural, but I'm kind of starting to think that he is. And so March 2nd, meeting some of his idols. Check out the competitors, top Olympia competitors, Mr. Olympia champions. Scrolling through, he's taking photos, and so clearly he's passionate about the sport. He not only just lifts weights and does the proper diet and training, he also is enjoying himself on separate weekends meeting his idols. March 20, 2022. Look at the delts, look at the pecs, the striations, and clearly no gyno. And do you see acne? How could a guy this young, going through puberty, have taken steroid SARMs without being highly knowledgeable and not have any signs of anabolic steroid use? I don't see any acne, gynecomastia. He doesn't appear to have a bloated moon face. And so is it not possible he just had amazing genetics, perhaps 1 in 100,000, and he trained harder than last time, and over the course of several years, he naturally put on that muscle? April 17, 2022, the only thing unnatural is the tan, and so clearly, even back then, he's stating, this is a natural physique. The only thing unnatural about this is, in fact, my tan. And so he is overtly saying, I'm 100% natural. He's not scared to admit it.
And yo, taking gear is a little bit intimidating. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not mentally there yet.
And if he is in fact 100% natural, why not tell the world? July 3rd, 2022, sitting next to the pool, doing a front double bicep, looking a little sus. The nipples, they do appear to have some kind of gynecomastia development there. They're looking a little puffy. He appears to have a little bit chubbier looking cheeks. I don't know if it's the camera angle or what have you, but he looks a little more puffy. Perhaps that's from taking anabolic steroids and or SARMs. With the hand in the air, do you see the nipple? Do you see how it points out a little bit more? And you see that kind of circle that happens about a half a centimeter around the nipple? That to me appears to be some form of gynecomastia. And so I'm going to say again, I don't think he's natural here. I believe that what I'm seeing is perhaps he's taking steroids and or SARMs in small, lower doses, just enough to get some size from it, and then going off. And so perhaps he's cycling them. And at certain points, periods of time in the year, he looks better than others. I believe that during those periods of times, he's taking something. And do I think he's doing anything right now? You betcha. I believe this to be true. Now remember, I wouldn't bet my life on it, but if I'm a betting man, of which I'm not, I would bet on the fact that he is not 100% natural. He's certainly not taking tren or harsher, higher doses, but I don't think this is representative of someone who's 100% natural. One other thing I want to point out, have you ever noticed this guy bulk up? Have you ever seen him bulk, or is he main gaining? I'll ask you that again. Does he ever look like he's gotten fat? Does he ever look like he's gone on an actual bulk? You know, somewhere even at 15% body fat, I don't see it. Clearly, he's shredded year round, and so does this not prove to you you don't need to bulk and cut to put on muscle? He has never gotten fat, never seen him at 15%, and so what he's done is he's maintained a healthy body fat percentage for him, whatever that may be, and he's built muscle slowly from there. And for him, slowly is perhaps 5 or 10 pounds of muscle a year. He's got gifted genetics. I don't know if he's 100% natural. If I had to bet, I would say he's taken something in the past. I don't know. But what I do know is he is in fact very lean, and he has consistently been training and put on a lot of muscle. And so what's making him stand out right now so much? It's the fact that he has this much muscle and he is very lean. He's 11 weeks out. Normally when you're 100% natural, you don't have this kind of fullness, especially 11 weeks out with this low body fat percentage. If you're to diet to this extent, 100% natural, what happens normally, your testosterone levels are going to go down. Very hard to maintain muscle. He'd have less energy and he would slowly be losing muscle. But what's happening here is in fact quite the opposite. It appears that he's adding muscle as he's dieting. And so at this point, he does not have newbie gains left to be made. But yet he's continuing to build muscle while in a calorie deficit. Highly suspicious. And so what it appears, he's gotten significantly bigger and leaner both at the same time while being natural while in a calorie deficit. Highly unlikely. However, I'm saying it's still possible. I don't want to throw the gauntlet at him and say there's no way this is possible, but it's highly sus. I'm highly suspicious of his progress. December 31st, 2023. He doesn't quite look as big in this video. He has a lot of detail, but he doesn't look all that massive. Looking at him right here, had I never seen anything before, I'd say, yeah, that's possible to be natural. And so in the end, is this guy natural? Is he enhanced? I don't know. This is a tough one to call. I'm going to say it's a toying cost. Some people are going to say, no way is it possible. Some people are going to say, well, based on his genetics, the fact that he looks so amazing at 16 years of age, it is in fact possible. And the answer is it could be both. The first photo, January 11, it looks absolutely incredible. That looks so lean, so much size. But is he in fact that lean, or is it just the camera angles, the lighting, the tan? Is it in fact photoshopped? I don't know. And so if he looks like this in person, I'm going to say not natural. But if he in fact looks smaller in person, perhaps he's less lean if you see him in person, then I would say guy is likely natural. Based on photos and videos, it's too tough for me to tell. I would have to see him in person to give you my honest opinion. I would literally say, hey, I don't think you're natural. If I think he's natural, I'm going to say I think you're natural. If I don't think so, I'm going to say no. And so let me know in the comment section. Do you believe he's natural? Do you think he's enhanced? This sure was a tough one. And you know, remaining natural for many people is a tough decision. And so if you're thinking about doing testosterone SARMs, please don't. At least begin with natural supplements such as those from Harder Than Last Time. For example, G-Test, which can boost your natural production of testosterone. We also have Turk Builder, which has actually got testosterone in it. If you want this, of course, click the link in the description, code Greg, 10% off. We continue to sell Ecti Builder as it's absolutely amazing with various Ecti steroids. I've been taking both. Both are great. Both are amazing. Also, GO2 Max, the improvements in cardio endurance, absolutely amazing. Highly suggest you give this and or any of my supplements a try. Interested in any of this? Code Greg, 10% off. Click the link in the description. Subscribe, click that bell button, comment. Please end your comment. Is the guy natural? Like the video if you liked it. Take your time right now, like the video, and if you could, please watch one of those two bloops. Don't forget about the cookbooks, the training books, coaching plans by me and my team. Also, the Harder Than Last Time clothing line. Also, you can get free diet and training programs by going over to my website. And please join the over 300,000 newsletter subscribers to be the first to hear about all the news going on in HLT subs. Head over to my website. Don't forget code Greg. And until next time, I am out.